So, this episode is for the kids. Yeah, Solid Yacht, y'all. Reppin', kicking the kid, y'all. Placing dynamite. I'm on the track like this is where the story begins. My DJ spin cuts like the wind while I'm here controlling the pen. Never folding, he be rolling it in. With a crossfader, he's a boss player. Snatch his soul when he spins, let our foes come in. We don't back down from a track. In the background is my homegirl Jen, aka Jeannie, the beat girl. When you see she grooving to the beat, windmill super speedy, fast like a bullet pass you. If she have to, don't get a gas you. She's the flash when she pass you. And Jazzy, they call her the pop lock. Strong like a knock, she'll knock you out your socks hops. Her dreadlocks will leave you dazed as the beat plays. She real amazed, try and step and you get played. Center stage, we ain't afraid in the battle. My boy Arrow will wear you out like in the barrel. When the paint and mark of my dude, he's getting at you. Cold can't control, leave you frozen like a statue. Last but not least, in all my splendor, I make MCs hit the road just like a fender. I'm coming for them summers, I murdered the month of June. Like a Biggie tune, black suits fill the room. Check out the best rapper, I bet you I do him. Like a beat movie, you actors, I ruin. Kicking the kids, you dig, that's the name. We here to save the day, the superheroes of the game. Yeah. K-I-K. Kicking the kids. Into the rap scallion. Story by Ali Jerome and Lamar Callahan. What's up? Space rap, hip hop, space odyssey that you absolutely gotta see. I ain't promote that in a while. Check out this book, Amazon Kindle, all of that stuff. For the hip hop kids, hip hop lovers, and you. If you love superhero stories and hip hop combined, then this is what you got right here. I want to welcome y'all to the Ali Oxen Free Show. I know it's been a minute. I sincerely apologize. That's all my fault. Not taking advantage of the time that I get to do these things, but had to work on a few things, get the setup right, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Arrow right there. Yeah, and we're back, y'all. You know what I mean? Glad to have y'all in the place to be. You know what I'm saying? 1 second. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm back. I'm back once again.
Rembrandt Rap Snicker.
This is brought to you by
Rembrandt Rap Snicker.
No. Natural beat killers.
Also in the place to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm back. A lot has transpired, gone down since the last show. I mean, everything from the Roots Picnic, Jay-Z, the freestyle that was heard across the world, the freestyle that got everybody up in arms for some reason. I don't know. I think they expected Young Hova to just sit back and take all the punches and whatnot, and you know. Far be it the fact that I am a fan, but I'm just saying, if I was him, I'd have probably had to say something eventually. You know what I mean? And he got Young Hova got old man Dame and rattling. I mean, like every video that he put out, every podcast is all about Jay-Z. That's got to be crazy to know that, you know, for Jay-Z to know that he has form a partner that's highly super in love with him. You know what I mean? Can't keep his name out of his mouth. Pause. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, this episode is it's for the kids. It's all about the kids. The kids, I believe the children's are the future. Teach them wells and let them lead the wells. Show them how that real. All right. I know y'all didn't come here for that. Anywho, I'm chilling, man. Hope everything's well. Like I said, last time we spoke, this was before the Roots picnic. This was before, our New York Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks, man, for doing they mother effing thing. I mean, them dudes pulled it out. I used to say all the time I wanted to at least um, be around for. Yeah, I just wanted to be around for these. I'm gonna have to work all this out in post. I wanted to be around for. Wanted to be around for them to win, and they did it. You know what I mean? We went crazy in our house. I'm a like D Lemon says, Damian Lemon says from the in the conversation podcast. He always says, "I'm a casual fan. I'm a casual sports. I'm super beyond casual. You know what I mean? I'm khakis, polo shirt on a Friday. You know what I mean? Asking what we eating for lunch. I'm super casual Friday fan of sports. I just, never really was into it. You know. But anywho, yeah. So shout out to the Knicks. An amazing win. OG, aka put the tip in. Pause. Did his thing. Jalen Brunson. Man, I'm today years old learning about who these dudes are. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not really super casual on the fan side of the game. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. It was amazing. The city was like electric, boogie woogie woogie. I mean, the amount of people that was outside during the watch parties. I mean, it was funny. It was just amazing to be a Knick fan. New York, excuse me, just somebody from New York. I mean, it went so crazy. It started sparking the conversation on like who's a New Yorker and who's not. Like it was crazy, But you know, New Yorkers know who's New Yorkers. We know who you are. We can as soon as you open your mouth, pause. We know who's who. You know what I mean? We know. We could tell who's really from the town and who's not. It's an attitude. It's a certain swag. It's a certain je ne sais quoi. It's a you know certain attitude. You know it's not Throop Street or Throop Avenue is Troop. You know what I mean? Kosciuszko. It's Nostrand, not Norstrand. Some people I've heard all types of bug pronunciations of our locations in the city. But it is what it is. Shout out to the New York Knicks, man. Amazing. Happy 4th of July to anybody who that just passed as well, or anybody who really celebrates that. It's just another day off, really, for most of us. You know what I mean? That's about it. Independence Day. Independence for who? It's crazy. At that time, 1776, when the United States declared their independence from Britain or wherever, there were still people who were enslaved. Yeah. The irony, huh? Yeah. Go figure. June. Cut to. Fast forward Juneteenth. Right before Independence Day, which is the independence for everybody else, so to speak. Disheartening America. Oh, Mr. Wallace. That's gonna be my new term. My new term for like, come on. Oh, Mr. Wallace. Anybody ever seen that interview? I think it was 60 Minutes. Mike Wallace was interviewing the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he was saying how Nigeria was the most corrupt nation that he's ever been to. And man, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan laid into him. Pause. And he broke it down. He was just like, what? How dare you say that they're the most corrupt nation in the world? He said, has Nigeria ever dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Has they slaughtered the Native Americans and blah blah blah? He was bang 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 shooting them, just getting them. He's, oh, Mr. Wallace. I loved it. I was like, go ahead, brother. Had to give him that Khalid Muhammad on Donahue, that, you know what I mean, with the sweaty head, with the sweaty bald head. Oh man, it was beautiful. It was masterful use of the English language.
Go to Nigeria, which is, if not the most corrupt nation in Africa, and it is, it could be the most corrupt nation in the world, Minister Farrakhan.
Oh, now, Mr. Wallace.
It is the most corrupt nation that I have ever covered. I've been there 25 years ago, and I've been there as recently as last year.
Fine. So what? 35 years old. That's what that nation is. Now, here's America, 226 years old. You love democracy? But there in Africa, you're trying to force these people into a system of government that you just have accepted. 30 years ago, black folk got the right to vote. You're not in any moral position to tell anybody how corrupt they are. You should be quiet and let those of us who know our people go there and help them get out of that condition. But America should keep her mouth shut wherever there's a corrupt regime, as much hell as America has raised on the earth. No, I will not allow America, or you, Mr. Wallace, to condemn them as the most corrupt nation on earth when you have spilled the blood of human beings. Has Nigeria dropped an atomic bomb and killed people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Have they killed off millions of Native Americans? How dare you put yourself in that position as a moral judge? I think you should keep quiet, because with that much blood on America's hands, you have no right to speak. I will speak because I don't have that blood on my hand. Yes, there's corruption there. Yes, there's mismanagement of resources. Yes, there is abuse. There's abuse in every nation on earth, including this one. So let's not play holy to moralize on them. Let's help them.
I'm not moralizing. I'm asking a question, and I got an answer.
Why would you put it as the most corrupt regime in the world? That doesn't make sense.
Can you think of one more corrupt?
Yeah, I'm living in one. I'm living in one.
That's what I love about the brothers from the nation, you know, the ones that are really into the liberation and the independence of black people, especially here in this country. Their use of the English language is almost unmatched. It's, you know, from him to the late great Malcolm X. It's always good to watch videos of them brothers, you know what I mean? Talk that talk, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Always a beautiful thing to hear them going in. Like I said, this is really episode for the, you know, that I call for the kids. Yeah, I had to figure out some things. I want y'all to check this video out. Tell me what y'all think about this. Something deep. This episode is for the kids, y'all. Shout out to the youth, them local youth.
I'm in the middle of Cethlo, Brownsville, Lansing houses. And I want to show y'all what an educational trap looks like in our black community and why I'm going so hard. This is probably the largest project complex in the East Coast. Thousands of black people live in these projects, y'all. I'm talking about thousands of black people. Look it up. So that you live in these projects and they keep you stuck in these projects. Data shows that people who don't get the experience of the people who only stay within a level of poverty or don't travel outside of poverty are more than likely going to repeat that cycle. So what do you think they put in the middle of these projects to make sure that these children don't get experience outside of these projects? A public school. What else could you put here? We don't want you to leave the projects. We don't want you to ever see outside of the projects. So let's put a public school. Let's put your public school in the middle of the project. So if they don't have the programs, the teachers, the offerings, the materials, you're just stifled. And that's how you lock people out. And so now the economic wealth gap gets exacerbated in this community and nobody has access to resources, information. And so what happens? They're just recycling poverty. See, we're gonna drive up the block and less than 6 blocks away, right on the other side of the project, is a jail for kids. And now we in front of Crossroads Jail. Right here, $1 million facility. And this is one of the top funded facilities in Brownsville for kids. This place gets more money than almost any program for kids in Brooklyn. This is where majority of the money for black kids in Brooklyn goes to. This is why I'm directly talking about this, providing services in our community so that children are not going to just be stuffed in project-centered schools where they're going to be repeating the criminal activity that the only thing they've ever been exposed to, pissy buildings, project heat, and violence. And then you end up in Crossroads Juvenile Center. It's not a mystery why this is filled with mostly black kids. It's not hard to figure out why it's filled with black kids. It's just, yeah, the lady right there's agreeing. If your school is in the middle of your projects and your projects has a reading level of 4th grade and below, what do you expect going to happen? And all the principals who are in those schools know that.
Yeah, that's a sad reality. That's a reality of what it is in our society and what we truly value. And obviously it's not people, it's commerce, it's the extension of slavery, for the lack of a better term. The sole purpose of imprisoning and putting people in prison is not it's not about justice, it's about money. That's why you have for-profit prison system, a prison industrial complex, a system that makes money off of people being in prison. And the sad part for black people especially is, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, the author of a great book called Powernomics, a man who is a staple in our community in terms of teaching, people about economics and wealth and this system that we in called capitalism. Capitalism, you look at the word capitalism, and one part is the capital, the capitalize. You have to capitalize off of somebody. And what is the best way to capitalize off of labor is to have free labor. That's the reason why this country was able to grow as an economic power so fast. Because for hundreds of years, you had people whose sole purpose was to do labor for free. It was essentially property, like your sheep or your pig or your cow, or your horse or your donkey. Our ancestors, those that were brought over here and those that were here already were used as beasts of burden, in a sense. it's crazy when you think of it. And then after so-called slavery was abolished, I mean, you got to keep it going somehow. And you know, unfortunately, black people in America, a lot of them don't realize that you are really a part of or considered to be a social underclass. So, quick story, many years ago, I might have spoken about this on the show. A friend of mine whose son was incarcerated. I think he was doing 7 years at the time, an assault charge or something like that. I think he stabbed somebody. 7 years. Young dude. I think he was like 17, 18 at the time or something like that. She wanted to go see him. And she was dealing with some health issues. She later on, rest in peace to her. She passed away. At least I found out, I think 2017 she might have passed away. I haven't seen her in a long time. I just recently found out she passed away. But back then she was going through her health issues, and she had asked me if I could come with her to go visit her son. So I drove her up there, you know, and he was incarcerated in the Kaksaki Correctional Facility. Mind you, before this point, I've never gone to visit anyone, you know, that was locked down before. So this is my first and only time up to date of ever going. And just, you know, the drive to get up there was crazy. We're coming from New York City. No, matter of fact, Long Island. I think she was living in Long Island. So coming from Long Island all the way, it might have been upstate somewhere, I don't remember. And the drive up there was bananas, long ass drive. The process to getting in was laborious. It was crazy, especially if you bring in, you know, some stuff for your loved one who might be locked down or whatever. And I remember going into, it was like a big ass, like kind of looked like a school cafeteria, but that was like the meeting place where all the families were going to see their loved ones. And I remember after we got through all of the rigmarole and, you know, having them search stuff, you bring it in and all that stuff, we get to the area, the meeting area. And I remember looking around, and it was the most depressing sight I've ever saw, meaning that when I got there, it was just like a sea full of young black men. It was a sea. It was like beyond. It was like, had to be hundreds. I don't know how many people, you know, inmates that place houses, but it was like a sea. I'm looking around like, yo, they got us. Mind you, I've never been to, like I said, to a correctional facility. Never been locked up. None of that. And you go in there and you just see a sea. I remember just seeing, like, maybe, to my recollection, one white kid, and he was standing up talking to, I'm guessing, his pops, because they looked the same, tall guy. And it was just a sea. I'm looking around like, damn, yo, this country got us. We don't understand our position in this country beyond what we believe it is. It's they really got us being the social underclass. When you Google net worth by race and you see black people in last place, nah, we don't understand that, you know. We really don't understand that you know, this is a real life game of Monopoly, like Dr. Claude Anderson would say. It's a real life game of Monopoly that we're playing. And race isn't just your color, race or racism or however it's an action. It's the competition for wealth and resources amongst groups of individuals. And if you can exploit one group to advance your group, that's what's done here in America. But we don't look at it like that. And the laws, you know, although they're supposed to apply for all people, you know, a lot of times young black people in America are not treated equally in those laws. You can have, you know, there's plenty of cases where one person has an assault charge, black, another person has an assault charge, white, and the sentencing be like, you're getting 5 years, you're getting a year probation or something like that. It's bananas. You know what I mean? So, you know, that facility that the guy was talking about, I passed there numerous times. That's a real place in Brownsville. And you know, so shout out to my cousin Sam, who lives in that area, and I'm happy that she's raised her daughter, who is you know, looking to go into the medical field. You know what I mean? Raised her, you know, did an excellent job in raising her. You know what I mean? So she's not trapped in that mindset of what goes on, you know, in that area, which ain't, you know, always positive. You know, there's some positives that come out of the quote unquote hood, but man, they're not, you know, they're not showcased enough. And we really should be showcasing the, you know, the roses that grows from the concrete that is, you know, the quote unquote hood, so to speak. And check out this next video. Let me see what this is.
Sell my album to some Jews. Hip hop made Jews a lot of money, so would you like to support my dreams? Would you like to buy my album? Because hip hop made Jews a lot of money. Hip hop made Jews a lot of money. Hip hop made Jews a lot of money, so can you buy my album? Since hip hop made Jews a lot of money, can you buy my album? Would you like to buy my album?
No, thank you.
You like hip hop?
Not really.
Since hip hop made Jews a lot of money, can you buy my album? Would you like to buy my album because hip hop made Jews a lot of money? Would you like to buy my album because hip hop made Jews a lot of money?
Yeah.
Look, since hip hop made Jews a lot of money, would you like to support my album?
Oh, no, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Though.
Okay. Since hip hop made Jews a lot of money, would you like to buy my album? I'm gonna ask one black person. Word around town is black people don't support each other, but I could always count on them to support me, and I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna ask one black person and try my luck. Would you like to buy my album? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, what did I say? What did I say? Thank you so much. Just $10. That's like, thank you. I knew it. Oh my God, here. What the, like that. I don't even know what to say. This is your time to buy black today.
The wolf in America still, it feel like the United States of Israel.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to the young homie. I gotta post his information up there. I think it's something Greedo or something Greedy. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name, young homie. Salute to you, your parents. Definitely feeding you with some good information. Beyond the regular. I heard a couple of his songs. He cursing and everything. Ooh, your mama let you curse like that, boy? Shout out to him regardless. That area is where I'm from. That's Crown Heights, Brooklyn. That's like Kingston and Eastern Parkway. You know what I mean? One side was our side, and the other side was the Hasidic Jews. And even with that, that's a clear. You know. On one side it's like the general population. The other side is like them. You know what I mean? Everything from the businesses to having their own security to having their own ambulance, the Shiva ambulance service that I'm sure if you were not a Jew and you were laying on the floor, I'm sure they're going to help you out. But yeah, they have pretty much everything, Shout out to all the black businesses that are in Jewish neighborhoods. Shout out to all the real estate, the black real estate developers and black landlords who have apartments that they own, that they rent to Jews in their neighborhood. I don't think they. Shout out to all the, soul food restaurants and barbershops and stuff like that. I'm sure that's in their neighborhood. Well, one could dream. I don't know if that's a dream. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let me see something. One more video before we get up out of here. Check this out right quick.
Who's your artist?
EBK Big.
EBK. Now, what's the song name?
Mondo World.
Okay, and what is the lyrics? Just break them down real slow for me.
Long live the thug. I'm doing it.
Oh, wait, hold on. You gotta slow down. You gotta say it louder. One more time.
Long live the thug.
Long live the thugs. Go ahead.
I'm the one they living through.
I'm the one you living through.
Don't let the thugs, nigga, yeah, I'm who they living through.
What else? Okay, what does that mean to you?
Get your ass some slugs too.
Like, he keeping their name alive.
What else is the song about?
Yeah, you posted out south without no gun,
What
nigga.
else is in the song? What else they talking about? You don't know? So you love the song, but you only know 2 lines of what it means, but you really don't know, or you're just a little shy right now because you got a little pressure on you.
Second one.
Does anybody know this song that he's talking about?
Yeah.
What are they talking about? What are they saying in the song? If you sing a song over and over, what does it mean? What is he talking about?
They say it's kids on that block fucking, I don't give a fuck.
If that's what you love, that's what you love. But if we had to sit down and say, I'll give you $1 million if I could pull out a message, some of y'all would be broke right now. As you think about the songs that we're talking about, I want you to ask you this question, right? What does your favorite hip-hop entertainment encourage you to think, feel, or do?
Think, feel, or do. It's an interesting issue, and although I'm an artist and I love championing free speech and expression, and the fact that speech and expression applies to all things pretty much, you know what I mean? Like, where I'm going at is like right now, for instance, there's the whole, Young Miami scamming and nigga that, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of like a guilty conscience, that song, a guilty pleasure, excuse me. That shit kind of hard. It's kind of hard, y'all. Oh, that song is kind of hard. But, that shit ain't got no nutrients. We know that song ain't got no nutrients. You know what I mean? It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. You know what I mean? And Indy Irie came out and expressed her thoughts about it. And, she ain't championing that song. D1, the rapper, he speaks about all types of songs like that vehemently. That's his whole thing. That ain't hip hop, that's hypocritical hop. You know what I mean? So my thoughts on it, I feel, we come from, I remember an era in music where you had songs like Fight the Power. 911 is a joke. Self-Destruction by KRS-One. Heal Yourself. Even on the West Coast, they had All in the Same Gang. Lauryn Hill with the girl, you better watch out. You know what I mean? And that's great. But there's also the other side of the coin. We live in a dualistic reality. And, there's light and dark. That's just the way that life is and reality is for the most part. And, although I understand the concerns that people have when it comes to music and the influence of it, I think a lot of our concerns stem from the fact that it's seemingly, it's like always like pushed out there. It's right in front of your face type thing. It's not like back in the days when, a song like Indian Girl by Slick Rick, you only heard it if you bought the album. You didn't hear that on the radio. You was not hearing, what I mean, crabs with spears and Indian drums going, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, ho. You wasn't hearing that. If you heard the song, you know what I'm saying. But it was always songs that had, that wasn't, for kids, so to speak, And I think we really do, hopefully we'll get to a point where there is a true balance in the information that we're getting that is considered to be popular in terms of popularity. When the most popular things seem to be shit that has very low nutritional intake, then that's when it becomes a little problematic, especially for impressionable youth. I don't understand why anybody, at least nowadays, would want to be like a scammer and a booster. That's always been. I mean, listen. I'm from Brooklyn, yo. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, especially. That was the home of the lowlives. All right, the lowlives was a notorious group of kids stemming from Crown Heights and Brownsville who got together, would dress fly, would wear like low, and they wasn't always buying that low. You know what I mean? They would have like crews just going and just rack up. You know what I mean? I come from that. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't out there doing that, but my homies, please, these dudes would go on. We would call them meows. You know what I'm saying? Going meows or missions out of state, Reading, Pennsylvania, Jersey, you know what I mean? Century 21, the Low Mansion, wherever, you know what I mean? And just rack up and get it popping. Or if they caught you lacking for, lack of a better term, and you wasn't thorough and you wasn't, willing to hold it down, you had a nice IT that you be some herb, as they would say back in the days, and you got on like a fireball, you know what I mean, polo joint or Aztec or Indian head or a teddy bear or something like that, or some knit or something. They gonna be like, come up off that. You know what I mean? You run into some D-Ceps back in the days, come up off that, homie. You know what it is. Relax. Come on, man. Come on, man. Relax. Give me that. Come on, man. Real calm and smooth. They'll jack your ass. Pause. Back then. Pause. I'm from that era, and now it's got a little bit more sophisticated. They doing credit cards. They doing identity, bank, checks, and all types of stuff. And for every chick that's like the Indian Irie in high school, you gonna have the young Miamis, you know what I mean, who's gonna use their pretty face and their popularity and whatever. They're gonna be attracted to the cash that's getting it, you know what I mean, by less legal means. It's the reality of our life. This is what happens when you create something called capitalism, in which, the benefits go to the few over the many. And, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? It's the way it is, unfortunately. But, I think, hopefully we can get something to balance it out. We need some artists to hopefully balance out the malnutrition from the nutrition, because I don't always eat healthy. every now and then I like a nice bowl of ice cream or some cakes or something like that. You know what I mean? But shout out to India Irie, fighting a good fight. I know it's a lonely one. Shout out to D1. I be watching people just try to destroy this man. He trying to, you know what I mean, be on some positive shit. But, you know, at the same time, I don't think you're not going to just cancel out all quote unquote negative music, and we're only going to have positive. It's not how our universe works. You know what I mean? It's like saying peace on earth and no wars. It's not going to happen as long as human beings are being human beings. As long as you got light and dark, good and evil, big and small, left and right, duality, there's always going to be some darkness to the light. It just is what it is. You know, but shout out to D1, shout out to everybody, you know, who's fighting that good fight. You know, I struggle with it even as an artist because, you know, for the most part, I like to, you know, talk my black power ish, but I also like to, you know, shoot an imaginary MC. You know what I mean? Because I got the bigger rap gun. It is what it is. Anyway, thank you for rocking with me, the Ali Action Free Show. You've been amazing. And this episode is a little impromptu. It's all over the place because my first day back. I'm trying to get the rhythm back, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'll be back up to snuff. All right? That's about it, y'all. Peace.